A from speechless toddler to Olympic medalist, from living in her car to headlining WrestleMania. From crushing knockouts to crushing stigma, Ronda Rousey's story isn't just about fighting, it's about fighting back. Every time life tried to break her, she came back stronger. This is the unfiltered, unstoppable, and unforgettable journey of a woman who redefined what it means to be a warrior. You start with tragedy. You fight through silence. You rise when no one believes you can, and then you rise again. Born the youngest of 3 daughters to Ronda Rousey and Anne-Maria de Mars, Ronda's story began with heartbreak. At just 8 years old, she faced an unimaginable loss. Her father died by suicide after a sledding accident left him with a fractured spine and a rare haemophilia-like disorder. Doctors warned he'd soon be paralysed and wouldn't have long to live. Rather than become a burden, he made the devastating choice to take his own life. That moment cracked Ronda's world open, but it also planted a spark. Pain didn't stop her. It lit a fire. As a child, Ronda was intense and misunderstood. Diagnosed with apraxia, a neurological disorder that made it difficult to speak, she struggled to form words and often broke down in frustration. She wasn't shy. She was volcanic. Even before she had a voice, she had a presence. Her mother, a former judo world champion, offered her a way out of a bad or painful situation. At 11, Ronda stepped onto the mat and never looked back. She trained with older boys and grown men, got tossed around, cried in practice, and kept showing up. Her mum didn't baby her, she made her tougher. Waking Ronda up with arm bars, drilling into her head. You want to survive this world? Get strong. School, that wasn't her arena. She clashed with teachers, challenged authority, and couldn't stand bullies. Even as a teenager, Ronda had a fighter's instinct, not just to protect herself, but to defend the underdog. By 16, she was already representing the US. On the Olympic judo team, she became the first American woman to win an Olympic judo medal, bronze at the Beijing Games. But history didn't come with a paycheck. No sponsors, no spotlight, no plan. She came home and hit rock bottom, waiting tables, working at a vet clinic, even living in her car. Depression set in. But when most people would have broken, Ronda picked a fight with fate. She discovered MMA and stepped into a new ring, one that would change her life forever. With her judo background and signature armbars, Ronda became an unstoppable force. In 2012, she was signed as the first female fighter in UFC history. She didn't just win, she dominated. 6 title defenses, countless first-round finishes. Her fights rarely lasted more than a minute. She wasn't just beating women, she was building a movement. She graced magazine covers, landed acting roles, and proved that women weren't just welcome in combat sports, they could own them. Then came the fall. In 2015, Holly Holm landed a head kick that ended Ronda's undefeated streak, an aura of invincibility. A year later, Amanda Nunes demolished her in under a minute. The back-to-back losses crushed her, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Ronda later revealed she considered suicide after losing to Holm. For the first time, the toughest woman on earth had to fight something she couldn't see, herself. But if you think that's where her story ends, you don't know Ronda Rousey. She reimagined her power, stepped into the WWE, and made history all over again. Ronda became a champion in pro wrestling too, headlining WrestleMania 35, winning the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships, and proving that greatness doesn't retire, it evolves. Behind the scenes, she kept battling anxiety, depression, the crushing weight of fame. But eventually she walked away, not defeated, but free. Today, Ronda lives a simpler, stronger life on a sustainable California farm with her husband, former UFC fighter Travis Brown, and their daughter, born in 2021. She raises animals, grows her own food, plays video games, shows up online on her terms, still loyal, still fierce, still Ronda. She's not just a fighter, she's a symbol of what it means to be human and unbreakable. From the silence of childhood to the roar of the octagon, Ronda Rousey fought through pain, pressure, and public failure, and came out with her soul intact. When life hits you harder than any opponent ever could, will you stay down or will you rise like Ronda?